Hello! Welcome to the Request Show. That was, of course, Never the Twain. One of the best sitcoms ever. If you don't believe me, it actually ran for 10 series, so it must have been, right? Simple. You know, when somebody comes up with an idea like that, like, or if you don't know what Never the Twain is, it's the story as old as time. A man with an antique shop, already funny, selling old things, right? And he's a bit posh and he's a bit picky and he's slightly supercilious. And he's always having a row with the guy who owns the shop next door, which is, and this is where the pitch is genius and would have been picked up by any network. Next door to the posh man's antique shop is another antique shop run by a less posh man. Isn't it? It's just brilliant. Anyway, that was if you didn't know that was the theme tune, then shame on you. But look it up and play it. Make it into your ringtone or the music that gets you up in the morning, because you're guaranteed to have a brilliant day if you listen to Never the Twain theme, which is what you type into YouTube or Google or whatever. It's even on Apple Music by the Jack Tromby band. I think it's called Domino or something, but it's awesome. So yes, welcome. And I've got my big list of songs here, and one of them, and the first one I'm going to play, is a request by from Matt Catchpole. Matt and I worked together at AP for years and years and years, and Matt's one of the few people that I've ever met that knows who Jake Thackeray is and likes him, and I really like him. I think he's wonderful, but I never really play his stuff because hardly anyone knows who he is, and it's actually quite difficult. And he's a real wordsmith, this guy. If you get a chance to check him out and you're bored, have a look for Jake Thackeray and have a look at his lyrics and have a look at his life. He started writing songs to teach kids at school, so that he would make history or whatever it was more interesting for them by putting it to music. And then he ended up, as all geniuses do, on That's Life, doing a regular Jake Thackeray's musical look at the week kind of scenario. And he died penniless in about 2002, I think, which is just sad and awful and wrong. Curse of genius hit him right in the nuts, that fella. So, I think I played one of his before on the first lockdown. I think I played Sister Josephine. Anyway, this is not Sister Josephine. This is the Castleford Ladies Magical Circle. And so I'd never learnt this one. So thanks, Matt. And if you're wondering why I'm pronouncing things in a certain way, it's because I am trying to amuse Matt with my Jake Thackeray impersonation. The Castleford Ladies Magical Circle meets tonight in an upstairs Oxford district room that's lit by candlelight, where Elizabeth Jones and Lily O'Grady are three or more married ladies practice every week unspeakable pagan rites. Dressed in their Sunday coats and their flower pot hats, respectable middle-aged ladies running too fat at that. There's Elizabeth Jones and Lily O'Grady are three or more married ladies, each with a Woolworths broomstick and a tabby cat. But they don't waste time with a Ouija board or a seance now and again. No, none of your wittering, twittering, petty poltergeists for them. No, Elizabeth Jones and Lily O'Grady or three or more married ladies prepared to be tickled by the whiskery chins of bogeymen. Their husbands putter at snooker down the club, unaware of the devilish jiggery poke and the rub-a-dub-dub. With Elizabeth Jones and Lily O'Grady or three or more married ladies are frantically dancing naked for Beelzebub. And after the witches' picnic and the devil's grog, after their savage paintings and their hysterical leapfrog, well, Elizabeth Jones and Lily O'Grady or three or more married ladies go back home for cocoa and the epilogue. So be careful how you go on a Saturday night. If you see a little old lady passing by, it very well might be Elizabeth Jones or Lily O'Grady or one of those satanical ladies. Her eyes are wild and bright, their cheekbones all alight. Don't go where they can fight, because the Castleford Ladies Magical Circle meets tonight. Thank you, Matt. Those of you who want to know what I'm drinking today, it's Northern Italian. It's a Lugana. Which, if you're interested, it's made from Trebbiano di Lugana, which is a clone of Trebbiano di Suave, which is more well known. Which I suppose in turn is a kind of clone of Verdicchio, which is normally grown and made, which is grown and made further south, much further south, in the Marche region. And this wine, unusually, I can buy it in Lyon, because Lyon isn't, well, France isn't great for wines that aren't French, so they're not widely available, but it's a nice little place in the centre of town, just down the road from me, where I can buy this Lugana, and it's the wine that Rory and I fell in love with when we were staying on Lake Garda. And so it's a sunshine in a glass, and that brings me quite neatly, I thought, to this request from Kelly. Sunshine when she's gone, is no warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, she's always gone too long, anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone, wonder if she's going to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house ain't no home, anytime she goes away. I'm not exaggerating, it really does say I know this many times. I know. He ought to leave the young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home, anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Alright, I've got to do it, haven't I? How do you turn a duck into a soul singer? That's right, you put him in the microwave until it's Bill Withers. This one's a request from Liz Dyer, from Rock and Roll Bexhill on Seed. Gone to Seed. Nothing wrong with a faded Edwardian arcade town. Liz, you have requested David Bowie. Perhaps the 20th century's greatest genius. Good song, this. Thanks, Liz. Time takes a cigarette, puts it in your mouth. You pull on your finger, then another finger, then cigarette. The wall to wall is calling, it lingers, then you forget. Oh, 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 you're a rock and roll suicide. You're too old to lose it, too young to choose it. And the clock waits so patiently on your song. You walk past a cafe, but you don't eat when you've lived too long. Oh no, 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 you're a rock and roll suicide. Chef brakes are snarling as you stumble across the road. But the day breaks instead, so you hurry home. Don't let the sun blast your shadow, don't let the milk flow ride your mind. They're so natural, religiously unkind. Oh no, love, you're not alone. You're watching yourself, but you're too unfair. You got your head all tangled up, but if I could only make you care. Oh, no, love, you're not alone. No matter what or who you've been, no matter when or where you've seen, all the nights seem to lacerate your brain. I'll make my share, I help you with the pain. You're not alone. Just turn up with me, and you're not alone. Let's turn up, babe, not alone. Give me your hands, 'cause you're wonderful. Wonderful. Give me your hands, 'cause you're wonderful. Wonderful. Oh, give me your hands. This one is for Pan, who kindly conceptualised whether this was possible. And I don't know what conclusions you came to. I think possibly after this you may conclude that it is not, in fact, possible to play Regret by New Order, which was your request. Pan, much like Matt, used to work with me at AP in London. Pan and I share a love of Inspector Morse. And I don't know if you're going to go through. Maybe Lockdown 2 is for Endeavour and Lewis, Pan. Maybe that's. And then we can discuss the merits and demerits of those if you so wish. With Morse, I think you sent me a list of the sort of best episodes, or somebody's list of best episodes, but. For those among you who do watch Inspector Morse, and therefore love it because the two go hand in hand, the best episode is the Masonic Mysteries. But it might be more fun to play Best Villain, although that's almost certainly Hugo de Vries. Actually, my favourite, play Biggest Twat, and the biggest twat in Inspector Morse. Not the worst actor, because that's a toss-up between a guy who plays one of the senior editors at the Oxford Mail and the guy who works at the prison where Keith Allen escapes from when he's playing John Peter Barry in Day of the Devil. He's the worst actor in Morse, but no, the biggest twat. The sort of the character that you'd see how best to explain it? The character that you see that makes you go, oh, what a knob! Oh, What a knob! What a knob! And that character, for me, anyway, at any rate, is Donald Phillipson in Last Seen Wearing. Knob! Real knob! Twat! So yeah. If you haven't seen Last Seen Wearing and you don't know what a knob Donald Phillipson is, then watch it, because he's a knob. Anyway, sorry. Digress. You knew. So this is I'd heard the chorus to this, Pan. Obviously, is this like one of those? It's kind of pleasant noise that you just know about. But everything else, I've had to listen to a few times and try and get my head round where the lyrics, the melody and everything. I'm probably going to fuck it up, to be honest. But it doesn't matter, does it? Because I'm drinking Lagana. And you're probably drinking something, Pan, I imagine. Probably drinking beer. My bet's on the beer. Anyway, let me know. And let me know if you concur about Donald Phillipson. The name and the address of everyone I've ever known is nothing I regret. Save it for another day. It's a school exam. The kids run away. I would like a place that I can call my own. Have a conversation on the telephone. Wake up every day, that would be a start. I would not complain about my wounded heart. I was upset, you see, almost all the time. You used to be a stranger, now you are mine. I wouldn't even trust you, I've not that much to give. We're dealing in the limits and we don't know where. You may think that I'm out of hand, I'm naive, I'll understand. On this occasion it's not true. Look at me, I'm not you. I would like a place that I can call my own. Have a conversation on the telephone. Wake up every day, that would be a start. I would not complain about my wounded heart. I was a short fuse, burning all the time. You were a complete stranger, now you are mine. Is possible. Good. There's oxygen on this planet. This is a request that I got from Ricardo at Euronews, who was a surprising request in the sense of the genre. In fact, he requested 2 songs, and you can't have that. He requested this one I'm about to do, and a song by the Carpenters. And this is a guy that was a Leon Maiden gig when we had live music back in the old days. And I was like, why are you requesting the Carpenters? And then similarly, this one, but I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it for you, Ricardo, because actually I have a small morsel of history with this song. I'm nearly there. I've nearly got through it. Then I'm going to pick another one, and I went shopping, so I've got a few to choose from. I was fed up earlier, so I'm glad I'm doing this. It's cheered me up. I hope it's cheering you up. Speaking of being cheered up, yeah, the story attached to this one is actually the story of a funeral. I can't remember whether I was asked by my mum or my auntie, or whether I think they asked me to do something for. So when my granddad died back in it must have been about 1992, 93, something like that. Yeah, 92, I think. I'm going to go with 92. And he liked this song, which is Country Roads by John Denver. So I recorded a version of it on my old Fostex X26 4-track, kind of with guitar, keyboards, and some little sound effect things because I had these little wizard boxes. Wizard boxes. You know, I'm 78. I had like effects processors and stuff that I was very kindly bought for birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that to disguise the fact that I couldn't play guitar very well. So I used to put lots of effects on. I have nowhere to hide anymore. So anyway, I did a version of Country Roads by John Denver for my granddad's funeral, and they played it as people were walking out, as the kind of ceremony finished and people were walking out, and I was like, oh, here it is, and they played it on the churches or the crematoriums, whatever it was, PA system, which didn't do the mix justice at all, as you could imagine. But one thing sticks in my mind, which is the kind of professional sobriety of the priest, of the vicar, as people were filing out, the vicar shaking everyone's hands. Not even think about doing such a thing these days. Shaking everyone's hands and somberly, professionally saying, "I'm sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss. Sorry for your loss." And there's this whole, parade of maelstrom of sorry for your loss, sorry for your loss, sorry for your loss, sorry for your loss, sorry for your loss. And then again, but somebody had obviously said to him, because he obviously went, "Oh, where's this music coming from then? Is this like this isn't John Denver? What is this?" And he obviously been told that it was the grandson, and I had kind of longish hair. I must have been 16 or 17 at that time, so I had long hair, so it was fairly easy to spot. So when I got to him, is it sorry for your loss, sorry for your loss, sorry for your loss? Was that your arrangement? It was very interesting, Country Roads. Anyway, sorry for your loss, sorry for your loss. So this is the first time I've played Country Roads since then. And you know what? I should have listened to it through a few more times, Ricardo, because there's a bit that I'm not quite sure how the melody goes, but I'm going to go through it. I'm going to get there because I want to watch England-Belgium later. So I better get on with it. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than trees, younger than the mountains, blowing out like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear a voice in the morning, how she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home. Country roads. Yeah. This is a request that this is one that I've never heard in my life until my old mate ADT, the Hone Ranger, suggested it in a message on Facebook. He said something gentle. How about? And this is called "If You Could Read My Mind" by. Oh, hang on. Oh, you must have heard that. "If You Could Hear My Neck" by Gordon Lightfoot. I like it. 80. It's good. It's nice. It reminds me of The Greatest Love of All, and I will have a look to see which was written first. But in terms of the sort of cadences and the chord progressions, I kept going in, sort of mentally going into The Greatest Love of All. I think you'll see what I mean. I'm not saying it's a lift from Benson. Oh no. Right. So Adrian, this is for you. What a tale my thoughts could tell, just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark or a fortress strong, chains upon my feet, you know that ghost is me, and I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost you can see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell, just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstores sell. When you reach the part where the heartache comes, the hero would be me. But heroes often fail, and you won't read that book again, because the ending's just too hard to take. You walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script. Enter number 2, movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. Never thought I could act this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back. You could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong, with chains upon my feet. The story always ends, and if you read between the lines, you know that I'm just trying to understand the feelings that you lack. I never thought I could feel this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back. A gentle bit of Gordon Lightfoot there. Thanks, Eddie. This is a request from Alan, and Alan is a stalwart watcher of the show. And he's always requesting stuff, and I don't always play it, but I will play this one. Because not only did the man who wrote and performed this song, actually I say wrote, I don't know if he wrote it, I assume he did, certainly performed it, was part of the kind of folklore of where I grew up. So I grew up in East Sussex, which is, for those of you who don't know, in the southeast of England. I grew up on the coast, in a place called Bexhill, and there's a sort of extraordinarily, unusually large music scene thriving in Bexhill, Hastings area. Hastings more really, but sort of the Bexhill contingent who were interested in music went over to Hastings quite a lot and became part of the scene, and I certainly did for years and years and years, and it was wonderful, and there were kind of celebrities that were nearby that we never ever saw, but we knew that they were near. So like we knew that Paul McCartney was in Peasmarsh or Pet Level or something, which was near Rye. We knew that Roger Daltrey had a trout farm somewhere like Edenbridge, and we knew that Jeff Beck, who wrote this song or performed this song, pretty sure he wrote it as well, lived in Wadhurst or something like that, like somewhere near Frant, Northiam, and had some very happy times in Northiam. In fact, we had a pub quiz in Northiam. We used to go to a place called the Hayes Arms, which was a Tudor pub. I'm told by my very good friend Gary, Gary James, who was an actor and a television presenter, and he used to be on television quite a lot in the 80s, and we're still in touch. And most recently been in touch about Peter Wingard's estate, actually. Did you get anything from the second auction? Oh, no, I didn't really fancy it. And he tells me that the Hayes Arms is now no longer, which is really sad, because it was actually a Tudor era pub. And we used to go to a quiz there. We used to go there every couple of weeks, and there was an old guy called Tim, who I'm assuming is no longer with us, and he must be in his late 90s if he is. And Tim used to run the quiz, and he had that kind of Pathé News voice, and we used to call ourselves, as anyone who's ever done a pub quiz with me knows, the pub quiz team name is Alf Ramsey's Porn Dungeon. But he wouldn't say that out loud. He'd just say, "The Ramseys are in," and he used to have a bar of Yorkie, which would be what he got paid from the pub to do these quizzes. And sometimes he'd get to the end of a round and go, right, I'm going to leave you there for a minute. I'm just going to have some of my wages and put the microphone down and just eat some Yorkie. It's just so good. It's quality of life. And then they had it was so old, this pub, they had an outhouse. There was an outdoor loo. So you'd go out there and freeze your balls off in the winter and go and have a wax. And there was this really wonderful little graffiti in the toilet by the urinals. And it said, please do not put your cigarette butts into the urinal. And then someone had written underneath that, as this makes them soggy and difficult to light. And then someone added, plus the pineapple chunks are disgusting. Anyway, so how I got to that from... Oh yeah, because Jeff Beck. Okay, Jeff Beck apparently lived around there. But he never came. I think he came to a gig at the Carlisle once, not one of mine. Anyway, this is a request by Alan Shadwell. Stop making noise over there. Oh, right. It's tidying up. I can't get this guitar in tune today. I really can't. Fuck, that's miles out. Oh, it's only Jeff Beck. He won't give him monkeys. Do you want to sing this one as well? Everywhere and nowhere, baby. That's where you're at. Going down a bumpy hillside. Your hippie hat. You know it? Flying across the country. Saying everything is groovy when your tires are flat and it's high, silver lining everywhere you go now, baby. I see your sun is shining, but I won't make a fuss, though it's obvious. Flattering your beach suit, baby. They're waving at me. Anything you want is yours now. Owning nothing's for free. Life is gonna get you someday. Just wait and see. So open up your beach umbrella while you're watching TV. And it's high, oh, silver lining anywhere you go now, baby. I see your sun is shining. It's obvious. Hazelhurst Major 7. Yes. I think we should talk about this on camera.
Yeah, go on then.
You were just telling me about your talent contest at school.
Yeah, so we did this song at a talent contest down at the I can't forget the name, in Catford. You'd know it, the big hall in Catford.
Your theatre?
Yeah.
The Catford Broadway?
Probably.
That's where Ben did Hamlet.
Maybe that was it, I don't know. Catford talent show. And I played a boy because I was a bit sturdy and I had a bowl haircut. Mum put, as you do, a bowl around my head and cut my hair off.
She didn't actually do that?
Well, no, she got my gran to do it. But yes, they did actually do that.
Actually, okay. Wow. I feel lucky. I went to Richard Gere, Men's Barbers in Sidley.
What age?
I don't know. Forever until I stopped having my hair cut when I was 14.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, there are people here. This is a request from Cecile for Marianne. So we're going to do it. Probably haven't really rehearsed it. We just played it through once, haven't we, dear? But it's just it's a blues rap and B. Watch me for the changes. Actually, it's an A. It's an A. This car is automatic. It's systematic. Why, it's a grease lightning. We get some overhead lifters and 4-barrel quads, oh yeah.
Keep talking, girl, keep talking.
A fuel injection cut off and chrome plated rods, oh yeah.
If I get the money, I'll come to get the money.
With a full speed on the floor, they'll be waiting at the door. You know there ain't no shit, we'll be getting lots of tit. Grease lightning. Go grease lightning, you're burning up a quarter of mile.
Grease lightning, go, grease lightning.
Go grease lightning, you're coasting through the heat lab trials.
Grease lightning, go, grease lightning.
You are supreme, the chicks are cream, a grease lightning. We got some bubble pit steel lights and 30-inch fins, oh yeah. A Palomino dashboard and dual muffler twins, oh yeah. With new boosters, space and sharks, I can get off my rock. You know that I ain't bragging, she's a real pussy wagon, grease lightning. Go grease lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile.
Grease lightning, go, grease lightning.
Go grease lightning, you're coasting through the heat lamp trial.
Grease lightning, go, grease lightning.
You are supreme, the chicks are cream, wow, grease lightning. Burning up the quarter of a mile.
Grease lightning, go, grease lightning.
Go grease lightning, you're crossing through the heat lamp trial. You are supreme, the chicks are cream. Wow, the grease lightning, the grease lightning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.